uppercut floors him.
Let's see how far you can get back. Keep going, keep going. Push harder. Push it, kid. Come on, push that back. Push it hard. Let's go. Don't slow down. That was great. Good hustle.
Rock. A is for the R is for the rhyme. So
We welcome you live to our night of pay-per-view action. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas. And we welcome you to the Thomas and Mack Center just off the Vegas Strip, the site for our championship fight. Scheduled for 12 rounds of welterweight action between these two great warriors. He's on his way to the ring. You can see it in his eyes. You just know he's got that feeling tonight. Smith's on his way to the ring right now, and you can see how excited he is for this one. Lots of confidence.
Fighting out of the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Diesel. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, Smith.
Okay, guys, we went over the rules in the dressing room. It's touch gloves, come out fighting.
Round number one is now underway. All the talk is done. It is simply time to fight. Teddy, early on in a fight like this, speed fighter against a fighter with high stamina, what are some things you may notice that could hint to you the direction this fight will take?
Well, the pace, obviously. The faster fighter, is he keeping it at a quick pace? Or, as the slower fighter, the endurance fighter, has he found a way to mellow that pace a little bit, slow things down a little bit?
Nothing there on the punch by Smith. Good scoring counter punch by Diesel. Beautiful job of just timing things there with the counter punch early in this fight.
Well, timing. I'm glad you said that, timing, because timing is connected to counter punching. It was a beautiful job.
Very accurate work with the hook there after fine defense. Right on the mark, both guys with the hook. And a sharp counter punch by Diesel. Not able to land the headshot. Good counter punch. It was the overhand left. Oh! He falls victim to that big hook. Nice work, great technique. The combo lands. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Smith's scouting report has one big weakness in it, and that is that he is prone to cuts.
Yeah, there's a lot of scar tissue around there, and when you have that scar tissue, it doesn't open right up on the same old cut, but around it. The areas around it become weak, and that's the situation we're looking at.
Listen, when he misses with a punch, don't worry about it. The swelling is nothing.
Fight action as a new round is underway. Of course, in that last round, it was fairly one-sided. He was hit pretty hard, and now he has to overcome that here.
Yeah, you don't have to be Nostradamus to know that. I mean, everybody saw, you know, he got staggered, his knees buckled, did a little dance there. But what you have to really know now is know why you got hit and correct that immediately.
Nice block by Diesel.
You know, a lot of people, Teddy, think that fighters like these two in the ring don't have fear, but that's not the case.
No, it's not the case. Either you're a liar if you say you don't have fear, or you should go to a doctor and find out quickly what's wrong with you. Everybody has fear. It's a matter of who uses it, who controls it. But I'll tell you a quick story. One time, Customado told me this story about a fighter, Artie Diamond actually, that he had years ago. What a tough son of a gun. This is a guy that always wanted to show how tough he was, and he used to always want to walk in there. But he couldn't become a good fighter because he wasn't afraid of the dimensions that he needed to be smart, to be clever. And where the other guys were together, they took advantage of those things.
Able to get rid of that one. Good looking counter punch. Not an accurate hook at all. And another shot comes in. Last 10 seconds. We come to the end of the round. A round that I'm having a tough time trying to think about who won. I can only imagine what the judges are thinking about. Teddy, if there's one thing you look for in a round like that, say, okay, I'm going to give it to this guy over this guy, what is it?
Well, the first thing is, if I'm a judge, I take a little notepad and I make a little mark down, blue or red corner, what he did early. Because sometimes a judge has a tendency to forget what was done early and only go with what went late.
And round number 3 is underway. Nothing there on the punch by Smith. Carries the punch, comes back with the hook. A stinging counter punch after some fine defense by Diesel. Not able to land the uppercut. Diesel's confidence has to be running high. Hey, it's a fighter who's never lost. There it is! Smith's legs look shaky. He was hurt. He's got it scarred up really well that time, and it protects his head. Accuracy an issue there. Didn't land that straight right hand. He went from almost being knocked out to being right back in it. That's a good block by Smith. Coming to the halfway point of this third round. Southpaw defensive skills, then the overhand left. Smith's nose is starting to bleed. blocks that belt line well. Well, his opponent got away from that uppercut. 10 seconds to go in this third round.
Throw the body, then to the head, then finish to the body. You know, get on that. Listen to me. Best defense is to throw punches. You need to throw more punches, not deflect. You just focus on the fight. You'll take care of the stuff.
So here we are, a new round underway, and in that last round, he got tagged. He got hit pretty hard, Teddy.
Yeah, he did. He got caught. Now, the first thing is, we all know he got caught, but why did he get caught? He has to be able to decipher that in his head. He has to be able to have the answer to that so it doesn't happen again.
Back and forth they go, each man getting the best of it. Well, as you can see, that eye has worsened. That cut is now a major, major obstacle to overcome, Teddy.
Yeah, Joe, you can't depend only on the cut, man. You know, he's got the medicines. He put pressure on it. Okay, they can do the job, but the fighter has to do part of that job. He's got to be able to give those medicines a chance to work a little bit. He's got to move a little bit. He's got to stay away from punches. He hasn't done that.
Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Gets rid of that body shot. Smith's making for a very inviting target right now. You can see the blood around that eye. The cut is obviously worse than it was just moments ago. Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. Well-placed counterpunch by Diesel. Teddy, is it possible that he didn't respect this fighter coming into the fight? Now, I know a lot of people would say, yeah, he's ahead on the scorecards, but you can just see the style of fight that this is, that he's being tested.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of two things. This guy being better than his record would indicate, and what you touched on, that he's a human being like anybody else. We look at the guy's record, we think of what kind of fight it's going to be. He looked at it, he thought it was going to be a little easier than it's turning out.
Double up on your punches. I want to see those combos. Combos. Beautiful, beautiful.
Watch you to pick his jab. Throws a jab, carry it away, and tap it. Okay? Got that?
Back to action now. We're underway in what has been a completely one-sided fight. You get the sense this one may not go the distance. Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. Teddy, is this becoming a mental thing with him? I mean, he's not firing off the big power punches. I got to wonder why.
You know, that's a good question. Sometimes a guy is making a solid agreement in his mind that maybe if I don't hit him hard, he won't hit me hard back. He's not confident enough now to throw the punches without worrying about what will come back at him.
There's a taste of the sweet science. You see the skill he has in counterpunching.
And you know what he's doing is taking his opponent's jab away.
Diesel's showing us that if he pulls this trigger, he's hitting that target. His accuracy is great.
Well, that's part of his ability. You know, I mean, it's not just his hand speed and that he's technically good. You know, he's got a little bit of pop, but he knows when to throw. See, that's important, Joe. Knowing when to let the hands go. He knows exactly what time it is. Good job protecting himself.
Solid counterpunch by Diesel. What a chin. Can you believe the shots this guy's absorbing?
And more importantly, can his opponent believe it? You know what? You want to hit a guy, so you figure that that's a good thing, that's an encouraging thing. This is a case where his opponent might get discouraged just by seeing his guy take those kind of shots.
Well, as that round comes to an end, it gives us a moment to kind of reflect on this overall fight. And Teddy, my thoughts are pretty clear-cut. This is the kind of fight that just takes on a personality of its own. This is an all-out war.
Yeah, this is kind of like watching a guy who's not on a budget. You know, he's spending with both hands. You know, when he goes home, he's going to have no money in his pockets. And when this fight is over, these guys are going to have nothing left in the gas tank, and it's probably not going to a decision.
They are back to action here, but that action has only favored one man. Completely one-sided. Hard to see the scorecards coming into play here with how dominating he's been. Nice block. Not able to connect with the uppercut. Teddy, you know what I'm so impressed by? Obviously, the pace of this fight is just ridiculous, but how hungry these guys are, how badly each guy wants it.
Joe, this is the kind of fight that it has nothing to do about money. It has everything to do about legacy, how they're going to be remembered.
Oh, good exchange there. Able to dismiss that body shot. What a good counterpunch by Diesel. Smith's got no head movement whatsoever. I mean, this is a very easy target to hit here.
No, if it wasn't for his opponent snapping his head back with his jab, there'd be no head movement at all. But that's not the kind of head movement that you're talking about. He should be doing it on his own, getting away from the punches. But, Joe, if you haven't been taught it, it's not going to show up suddenly the night of the fight.
Really a lot of consistency from him with the right hand. Couldn't hit the elusive target with that straight right. Diesel's in a position now where he should be able to bring home a win. If things stay the way they are, he's clearly headed towards a win.
Yeah, I have my head on my scorecard, but he has to make sure he doesn't, like in football, go into that defense. If he starts just moving, just staying away a little bit, now the things that were keeping his opponent from coming in that front door, well, guess what? They're not there no more. His opponent could get back into this fight.
Don't let him breathe. He's hurt. Get him this round. No, don't worry.
6 rounds in the books, 6 to go. How about a return to sender with the left hand? Smith's cut is not looking good at all. I'm getting the sense that this fight could be stopped at any moment.
So the key is where the cut.
Wow! Smith's in bad shape. Great movement to get away from those punches. Scored well with the counter punch overhand left. He was stunned and staggered moments ago. Now he's right back in the fight looking pretty good.
Yeah, some guys take a little longer to recover. One of his strengths is he recovers.
There it is! He is damaged badly there. He may hit the floor. Smith showing some real... Oh, big flush uppercut floors him. And somehow, some way, he's going to continue on here.
And if he's going to stay in this fight, now he's got to avoid his opponent like the Black Plague.
Nice block by Diesel. Good stuff in the opening 2 minutes. A minute to go in this round. Gets rid of that effort. Oh, and there you go. He is not in good shape. He could be on the deck in moments. Smith's mounting a comeback here, Teddy. Things were going against him. Now the tide is turned.
Good things come to those who wait or those who persevere. He persevered, good things are happening.
And the round comes to an end. We did have a knockdown in that round. Now, Teddy, if you're in the corner where your man was down on the floor, what are you telling him?
Well, the first thing I do is I sit him down, I get water on the back of his neck. You know, I bring him to a sense, I make sure that he's clear and everything, and then I tell him why he got his backside put on that canvas so he can correct it, and he doesn't go out there and get caught again with the same punch.
Is underway. Diesel's heading out there for this round, hoping that his legs are under him the way they need to be. He was dropped the last round.
Well, he's going to find out. See, that's a good thing. You just said hoping. Well, he can't hope his legs are under him. He's got to find that out, because if he goes out there and tries to use them and they're not, he's going to fall all over the place, and the referee's going to stop it. His opponent's going to jump on him. So while the referee's counting, what he's got to do is test him out a little bit. So now you know how to go about surviving the round. Do you just stay on the ropes and move your head, or do you use your bicycle?
He missed that uppercut. Accurate counter punch by Diesel. Diesel's showing us a side that we haven't seen before, and obviously the knockdown brought that about.
Yes, it did, and he's hoping that right now that it confuses his opponent. Don't be so sure he's going to stay with this, Joe. He might just be doing it for a diversion tactic. You know, just to survive right now, maybe buy him a little bit of time, confuse his opponent, keep his opponent at bay, and then go back to what he knows best.
We'll look out for that. Needs to improve that accuracy, missed with the headshot. Smith's looking gassed to me at this point.
Well, it's very hot in that ring, first of all. Both these fighters...
There it is! Smith stunned and staggered. Up off the deck and now in control. He scores a knockdown of his own.
And he turned it around because when his opponent scored the knockdown, he got a little careless, a little lazy.
So he is able to get up to his feet after that knockdown, but Teddy, it's what's ahead that's the problem.
Yeah, we're getting a peek right now into his heart, into his soul.
Southpaw counters back with the overhand left. Diesel's coming off a round where he scored big. He scored the knockdown. I suppose right now he's got to think to himself, Teddy, how did I do that, and how can I do that again?
He should think that to himself. That's what his corner's there for, to remind him. You know how you did it? Do it again.
You need to cover up. Leaving yourself open. Watch, cover up.
So here we are, all wondering, can he survive the start of this round after the way we saw him go down in that last round?
Well, it's up to his opponent. Now, his opponent gets a little careless and he rushes in.
Oh! Smith's almost out of it there. He was stunned. And he goes down again. Will he get up from this? The fight. Diesel's gonna have his hand raised by way of KO. The 10 count reached, his opponent out. He's the victor.
And still champion of the world, Diesel.
Diesel's done it his way. Still champion of the world, a winner here tonight.
Well, he told us he had a dream where he was still the champ. well, that dream goes on.
Keep it big, there's eagle. There, I come prepared. I come prepared. I come prepared. Ready? There, I come prepared. I come prepared. I come prepared. Always. There, I come prepared. I come prepared. I come prepared. There, I come prepared. I come prepared. I come prepared. What was I on before this flow was sequel? Something about how I thought I was a Beatle. I'm tripping, but it was something lethal. It was fresh but possessed something medieval. I came solo, I ain't even bring my army. The type in K-Sack so I can fix some money on super back low. How many immigrants are in this here sedan? And is anyone carrying any contraband? Not really, but I'm late for my concert, man. And here's a card from my lawyer, Mr. Sam Goldman. There, I come prepared. I come prepared. I come prepared. Ready? There, I come prepared. I come prepared. I come prepared. Always. There, I come prepared. I come prepared. I come prepared. Yes, Lion Youth. I come prepared. I come prepared. I come prepared.
So make a boy know the college knock have no play type bro. If him feel him have the balance for a walk tight rope. And I gamble with him life just like a casino. And have somebody fi save him like them save Nemo. Cause the Malays and Somalians are mad people. We are travel with some long strap in a vehicle. And I squeeze across the border like a Latino. Moving through the LAXs and London Heathrows. Wait, man a gangster, we no star freak show. Let's go!
You don't gotta like it, just way back since the age of 3. My daddy already knew I'd be an OG.
Making his way to the ring right now, puffing out his chest, glaring with those eyes, and taking a big stride to his destination of glory. We welcome you to our World Championship pay-per-view action. I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles, California, with a much-anticipated World Championship on the line tonight. 12 rounds of welterweight action.
Fighting out of the red corner, and his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, Diesel.
We went over the rules in the dressing room. Let's have a good, clean fight. Touch him up.
Round number 1 is now underway. All the talk is done. It is simply time to fight.
When a high stamina fighter is fighting another guy who's very well conditioned, is there any tendency for maybe some doubts to creep into his mind?
Yeah, there always are. Because you always want to have the edge. We're human beings. Boxers are no different. They want to say they have a little edge in that area. But they need to know that this is exactly what they're ready to do.
How about a return to sender with the left hand? Blocks the headshot. Some fine fundamentals, good counterpunch.
Nice mousetrap there, he let him in beautifully. He didn't use cheese, he used distance.
And a well-placed counter by Diesel. Very accurate work with the hook there after fine defense. Very nice job landing that counterpunch, getting away from one that was coming at him. Turns over the hook after turning away his opponent's shot. Not able to land the headshot. Lee's got the right idea right here. He cannot be swarmed and smothered like it's a wet blanket with his opponent draped on him. He needs to create that space. He has to push off. Finds his target again. Last 10 seconds of this first round. Good job protecting himself. Diesel's got that accuracy, and it paid off in the last round.
That's it. Throw him off with that movement. Jab and throw. Throw to the body, then to the head. Then finish. Don't worry. Get into rhythm. I want to see more jabs. Nice work, kid. Good job in that round.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. Nice block by Diesel. Lee's trying to create some space between him and his opponent. You know he wants to fight on the inside. He cannot be smothered. Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. Needs to improve that accuracy, missed with the headshot.
What does a fighter need to do to really build a foundation to a great career?
Well, first of all, they have to have the desire to have that great career. There has to be something in them. There has to be coal in that furnace to burn, and to burn later on. Maybe something happened to them in their life. Maybe through their parents, maybe through neighbors, maybe through coaches. Somebody told them they were never going to make it. And they go in their mind that they're going to find a way to make those people wrong.
Nice block by Diesel.
You gotta protect yourself.
Good block there by Diesel. Fine fundamentals, good counterpunch. 10 seconds remaining in this round.
There's no need to fight his style. You're not gonna win that one. You're fighting his fight. You're fighting him.
And round number 3 is underway. Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. That's a tried and true method that works out very well, the counterpunch landing by Diesel. Diesel's committed to that counterpunching very early on here in this fight, and that can pay off as the night continues.
Well, it's paying off right now because you see that his opponent now is getting a little worried about letting his hands go, because every time he does, he doesn't find anything, and he finds something coming back at him.
Oh, what a shot. Big hook comes in. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. He was damaged moments ago, but now he's got his feet back under him. Well, this fighter in action tonight, Teddy, is undefeated. But didn't the old-timers used to say you shouldn't even fight for a world title until you've taken a loss?
Yeah, that's right, because you have to learn to lose to win. And you have to understand that you're mortal. You know, sometimes youth is wasted on the young. And the old-timers would say, hey, you got to find out that anybody can get hurt. When you don't know that, you can get reckless. You can lose real fast.
No, he missed that right. Parries that punch intended for the head. 10 seconds to go in this third round.
Don't look for just big punches, okay? Use your speed. Double up on your punches. I want to see those combos. Don't worry about it. The swelling is...
Get the compress.
So here we are, a new round underway, and in that last round, he got tagged. He got hit pretty hard, Teddy.
Yeah, he did. He got caught. Now, the first thing is, we all know he got caught, but why did he get caught? He has to be able to decipher that in his head. He has to be able to have the answer to that so it doesn't happen again.
And a sharp counterpunch by Diesel. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. He commits to the counterpunching, the overhand left. And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. Lee's just not landing any body punches in this fight.
Well, he looks like a guy who hasn't been taught that. We're getting a little bit of an x-ray, a little bit of a peek into what his trainers show him in the gym or what they don't show him.
Straight right was lined up, but he missed. Able to defend and then go on the offensive. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. There's another left hand from him. Good job on the 2-punch combo by Lee. Excellent counterpunch by Lee.
Don't fight this fight. Jab and move. Let's get on that swelling. Get on the swelling.
Listen, get caught up. Get caught up and fight this fight. Focus. Let's get on that swelling.
Teddy, what do you think here as we start this round? I mean, you watch what he did in that last round, and you got to think that he can get himself back into this fight.
Well, that's how he's got to be thinking it. That's kind of what he's made up of. He's not a front runner. You know, he's not a fast starter anyway. He's the kind of guy that his real strength is to be able to wear you down and to have a great resolve and to be able to chip away. He's chipping.
Teddy, he's not jabbing that much right now. That's got to help out his opponent.
Yeah, you know, that's like giving him a free one because now his opponent doesn't have to worry as much when he walks in. No jab to keep him out. He's going to see the other punches coming so much easier when there's not a jab covering them.
Oh, he just misses with that headshot. Halfway through this round here. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Able to cover up that gut. On the mark with the overhand right. Teddy, I know he's up on the scorecards here. He's got to be up on the scorecards, but he is getting really pushed here.
Yeah, he is. You know, this is a development fight. This is a fight where you come out of it and you get better. That doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes you just get another W. He is learning.
Just 10 seconds to go in this round. Diesel's taking a rest between rounds here, and as he does, it gives us a chance to look at the fight overall, because I think now that what you have is a good, really strong, evenly matched fight that he's up on.
Yeah, I think so, but he shouldn't think that. You know, it's okay for us to think that, and his trainer, more importantly, shouldn't let him think that. He should tell him this is where a little psychology 101 might come in. You know, I don't say you tell him you're behind, but you say, hey, it's a dead even fight. Win the rest of these rounds.
At the start of another round, a round that could simply add on to a new direction and a new course that this fight has taken. I really liked what he was able to do in that last round. Now, he's behind on the scorecards, but you get the sense that the momentum is starting to roll his way. Oh, and there you go. Lee's in a bad spot right now. He's been stunned. Now, this is a very exciting fight. It's been evenly fought, but it just has the feel of a fight that's going to go the distance. It doesn't look like any one guy is going to take control over the other.
No, when somebody makes up their mind, I am not being knocked out, I am staying, they usually stay. These guys are here for the night.
Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot. Great pace to this fight, Teddy. These guys are not coming out of fifth gear. Nobody's slowing down.
No, they're fighting a 6th, 7th, and 8th gear.
What a fight. What a great, great, non-stop action fight this has been. Fine work right there by Diesel. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Good job by drawing in his opponent and then landing the counterpunch by Diesel. You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. And as this round comes to an end, Teddy, you just get the sense that at any point this fight could come to an end because it is being fought with bad intentions.
Yes, these guys are not behaving like guys that are coming here thinking about going to the scorecards. They're letting everything go in every punch.
Don't fight. There's no need to fight these stars. You're not going to win now. Keep this fight in the center of the ring, okay?
6 rounds in the books, 6 to go. Nice block by Diesel. Carries the punch, comes back with the hook. What a chin. And can you believe the shots this guy's absorbing? His opponent wanted the body, he wouldn't give it to him.
Use your feet.
At the halfway point of round 7. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. Trying to keep his distance, trying to keep his range, but still, you have to be offensive-minded.
Yeah, you do. If you're just standing on the outside at the beginning, that's okay, but then your opponent, he's going to walk in on you. There has to be something threatening, something damaging to keep you outside.
Not able to land the headshot. That is a big right hand after eating one himself. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Lee. And now another left. Lee's coming up with the answers, avoiding that punch. Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot.
Got that? It's gonna happen. You're gonna catch it. You're gonna catch it. Let's get on that smoke. I'll press on that.
Back underway, another round in a fight that's been very entertaining, but I wouldn't want to be a judge. This is one of those fights that can go either way. Super 2-punch combo by Lee. Wow, is he defensively sound. Lee's got to be really careful there, Teddy. I mean, he's leaving himself wide open.
And what's going to happen next? See, you know, he's leaving himself open. He hasn't paid for anything yet, but that will be coming before you know it.
There's a taste of the sweet science. You see the skill he has in counterpunching.
And you know what he's doing? He's taking his opponent's jab away.
Oh! Lee's stunned, and he is hurt. Oh, that was a smart move right there. He was hurt, but then he held on.
Absolutely. So, but a stupid move, a bad move by the fighter who was having him hurt. He should have taken a little step back and not allowed him to grab.
Boy, what guts. What guts to stay in there and gather yourself again after he was taking a beating.
Yeah, what guts, what instincts, and what a set of whiskers.
Very nice job landing that counterpunch, getting away from one that was coming at him. Diesel's being very efficient right here. I mean, he's just picking his shots. His accuracy is through the roof.
Well, that's one of the talents, and you hope is a talent of a top fighter, is his ability to pick his shots, to be calm enough to see the openings. He's seeing everything right now.
He goes down. Oh, it may be close here. Can he survive the round? by the bell. Oh, boy, Teddy, he's in a world of hurt now. Only 60 seconds in front of him.
And you know what? Less than 60 seconds. It took him 5 seconds to get him on that stool. So right now, they can't concentrate just on telling him things, and he needs to be told why he got hit. But they got to get ice on him, and they got to, right now, they have to revive him.
Listen, I don't want to see you get scored. As soon as you feel ropes, move on.
He's got to find a way to get through the early goings here of this round. Remember last round, he went down. He was on the canvas.
Now, look, he wants to tie his opponent up. That's the best way to get through it right now. But what he doesn't want to do, Joe, is to reach in there, reach out to grab his guy, and then he leaves himself open. He's got to make sure that his opponent's close enough where he goes to grab him, he's not exposing himself to get dropped again.
Nothing there on the punch by Lee. Lee's now just trying to survive. That knockdown earlier really damaged him. But Teddy, surviving isn't the easiest thing to do when there's a tiger coming after his hunt.
No, and especially when your disposition has always been to be the tiger. You're the one who's been hunted. Now, you don't know how to find the tree. You don't know how to find the cave, and you better find one.
Good job by drawing in his opponent and then landing the counterpunch by Diesel. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. Lee reaching the point where if things don't change soon, there's no way he could possibly win this fight. Clearly trailing every which way on the scorecards.
He's going to have to land a big punch, and you start to get into those desperate waters. The more you look for a big punch, the more it's not there, and more importantly, the more you leave yourself wide open.
What a great round. 2 minutes in, 60 seconds to go. Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. Now his opponent got away from that uppercut. Lee's learning a real lesson here of how one single thing in a fight can change the entire fight. Because ever since that knockdown, he hasn't been the same.
No, he hasn't been the same. And without him being an offensive fighter, a guy using those quick hands, fighting with that energy, he is not productive.
Diesel's in control here. You can just look at this fight for 10 seconds and you've seen everything you need to see because there hasn't been a moment where it hasn't been his fight.
Yeah, you talk about those sins. A lot of times people say there's 7 virtues, there's 7 sins out there. One of the sins that you hear about is greed. That's the only thing that could beat him right now, is if he gets greedy.
You're not working on anything you learned on. You're not working. You understand? You gotta keep working. Nice work. Good.
They are back to action here, but that action has only favored one man. Completely one-sided. Hard to see the scorecards coming into play here with how dominating he's been. Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Diesel's cut around his eye, and you know his corner's got to get to work on that as soon as they get back. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot, and then comes back with an uppercut. Lee's opponent is having a field day here. I mean, just so accurate upstairs, but there's one reason he's so accurate. He's not moving his head.
No, he's not at all. And if he's not going to move his head, at least do something else. Catch and pitch. What I mean by that, Joe, is block and then pitch right back. Keep your opponent honest. He's not doing that either.
Teddy, this is one of those moments where you just wish you could pick up the phone and call up the world and say, tune in. Everybody should be watching this, right?
I have a cell phone. I might do that right now.
Start dialing. 1 minute to go in a round that feels like an all-time classic. Punch for punch, they're meeting each other. Must be the punch of the day. Both guys bringing home uppercuts. Diesel's being so very effective, punching in combination.
And that's what you want. He's got pretty good hand speed. Might as well use that hand speed. No better way to use it than putting them together.
Able to get him up against the ropes. Diesel's in complete control. Teddy, way ahead on the scorecards every which way, isn't he?
Yeah, every which way, and especially the most important way, I think, is that the fight is in his kind of pace. It's a fast-paced fight. It's an outside fight. It's exactly what he wants, not only to be ahead, which we think he is, but to stay ahead.
You're okay. Don't worry. You're doing fine. I need you to move your head more, side to side. Listen, I don't want to see you against the ropes. As soon as you feel ropes, move out.
Back to action now. We're underway in what has been a completely one-sided fight. You get the sense this one may not go the distance. Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Lee's cheek is ripped open right there. You can see the cut. A good block. Nice block by Diesel. He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. Nice block by Diesel. Lee's opponent is getting a little bit of a pass here because he's having his work done for him. He's tiring himself out just by throwing so many punches.
Yes, he is, and they're not clean, effective punches. He's wasting a lot. He's not an efficient guy right now.
Well-placed counterpunch by Lee. And once again, he goes down. The question is, can he rise up again? 10. This fight is over. Diesel's got the win by way of knockout. He put his man down, and the 10 count was administered.
Your winner and still champion of the world, Diesel.
Still the champ. For my partner, Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore saying join us again ringside and enjoy the rest of your evening.